Shalom. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rika Kudash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm in Ecclesiastes 1 in the spirit, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, the words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. And this was King Solomon. Verse 2, vanity of vanities, saith the preacher, vanity of vanities, all is vanity. So, being in this truth, this is something that we learn. Everything here on this side is useless. The only thing that's worthwhile, the only thing that is important is this truth. This is our priority. This is literally our everything. If you're one of the Lord's servants, if you're a servant of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, then everything on this side is useless. That's what vanity is. All right. And it may take you, reading these scriptures, over and over, or being taught. Let me see. Look for this precept. So it's the study, it's the diligence, and it's the spirit that makes us come to this conclusion. All right. King Solomon, he knew that the only thing he mattered was the truth. All right. He had all the women a man could ask for. He had all the riches a man could ask for. And yet, at the end of the day, what did he say? Everything is useless. Right? Let me get Psalms 19 and 7. Psalms 19 and verse 7, it says, the law of Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple. All right, so this law, it deals with this truth. So this is what converts our souls. All right, this is what helps us in the experience, and the spirit is what helps us to, just like King Solomon, come to this conclusion. Everything is vanity. The only thing that matters is this truth. Verse 3, what profit hath a man of all his labor which he had taken under the sun? One generation passeth away, another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. Right, so a man can work, his whole lifetime, and then only for another man to enjoy the fruits of his labors. You see? Let me see if I can find that. Let's see. All right, I can't find it, but that's okay. I'm going to move on. Ecclesiastes 1 and 5, it says, the sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth to his place where he arose. The wind goeth toward the south, and turneth about unto the north. It whirleth about continually, and the wind returneth again according to his circuits. So he's about to go into how there's nothing new under the sun, right? Everything is in a circuit, or a circle, or repeats itself. Even the winds, even the sun, right? And verse 7, all the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. Unto the place whence the rivers come, thither they return again. And why is that? It's because of that circuit, that constant circuit. Nothing new under the sun. Nothing's new under the sun. There's nothing that you can look at and say, oh, this is a new thing. It doesn't matter what topic, whatever you bring up, it's already happened on the planet Earth. All right, everything is repetitive, and it's like a revolving door. Verse 8, All things are full of labor. Man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied without seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. Right. It's not like you can you just you've seen too much, now you can't see anymore. Or it doesn't mean you, or also your ears, you can, it's not like, yeah, people could lose their hearing and their eyesight, but the point being that, hey, the ear, it'll keep hearing over and over and over. It's not going to be filled. And it compares it just like the rivers not being able to fill the sea, right? It's not like the sea starts to overflow because the rivers that are constantly flowing into it, it never becomes overflowed. Okay, you get the point. Your ear is going to hear over and over and over. It's not going to say, okay, that's enough, I can't hear anymore. Or it's going to, be where you literally physically can't hear anything because you've heard too much. Verse 9, the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done, it is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Right? So there's no new thing under the sun. Everything happens over and over. Now, as we read on even the people, right? That's why we know reincarnation, regeneration is biblical. There are plenty of verses in the scriptures that explains and shows you that reincarnation is biblical, okay? And this is not a reincarnation lesson, but even the people are repetitive. Even the people are not new, all right? Why? Because our souls are basically immortal. It's our body that dies, but our soul, it comes back over and over and over. All right. And even that's why people say, oh, history always repeats itself. And why is that? It's because the spirits are just regenerated, reincarnated. You got the same spirits, okay? Is there, verse 10, is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us. Right. Everything, not everything. There's nothing new under the sun, man, literally, according to the Holy Scriptures. All right. Even the prophets, there's a scripture that says the prophets are subject unto the prophets. Meaning if you're a prophet in the ancient, you're a prophet today. Okay. Verse 11, there is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. Right. So there's no remembrance. Just even though we're reincarnated, regenerated, we don't have any recollection of our past life. All right. We're not going to be able to be like, okay, yeah, I remember when I was this person or when I was this. No, there's clues and hints, through the spirit that we can see with, certain characters, certain people. But overall, there's no remembrance of the former things. All right. Verse 12. And just like one time Apostle Gabar spoke on this, but he said, wouldn't that be terrifying if you remembered your past life, if you remember everything you did, And that's another thing, people are paying for sins of their past life, right? And sometimes a baby comes back into the world reincarnated, regenerated, and he's got Down syndrome, or he's got a cerebral palsy, or he's has some type of ailment or body deformation. And why is that? Is because that baby is paying for the sins of his past life. But in America, in Babylon, these Edomites, learning from the wicked, what do they glorify those type of things? Like, they'll sit there and, oh, this guy he's got all this, he got cerebral palsy, but he can play the Xbox, and they'll make it a story on the news, So, there's a reason why that person has cerebral palsy. Is because Yahweh Bashem Yahshai bring him back that way, right? Watch this. Let's get this real quick. It's in John 9:3 to support what I'm saying. John 9:3. Slakia. Let me see. I'll start at 1. It says, And as Yahushua passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents? Well, that he was born blind. See, because they understood what I'm telling you. You know, the disciples understood this. You know, nowadays you got to explain this to people because people are dumbed down. People don't understand the truth, understand the knowledge, understand reincarnation, right? But why would they say that question? Let's read it again. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Yahushua answered, Neither hath this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of the Most High should be made manifest in him. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. So, in this case, you know, Yahushua said, hey, look, it wasn't about the sin. It wasn't about the past life sin or the parents' sin. But more so, it was so that, you know, I could show that Yahweh could be glorified in Yahushua, through Yahushua, because he healed the man, right? He brought the man back to sight where he could see. But the point here is, you know, the people understood, the disciples understood, and hey, what did this dude do that he got brought back blind? And that's the same thing with us. We understand when we see people born with, you know, ailments or deformations or, you know, any type of, you know, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy. We don't look at that person as you know, sit there and have compassion or feel sad for that person or feel bad for that person, because we know that that motherfucker did some wicked shit for the Lord Yahweh to bring him back like that. All right. So this is Ecclesiastes. Back to Ecclesiastes 1 and 12. I, the preacher, was king over Israel and Jerusalem, and I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travail hath the Most High given to the sons of man to be exercised therewith. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. So again, at the end of the day, the most wise man to walk the face of the earth, who was King Solomon, what was he saying? He said everything is useless, and it's only going to vex your spirit. When you know the truth, you become vexed in your spirit, almost by everything, because we're right in the middle of abominations everywhere, right? That's why we sigh and cry. The men who have wisdom, we're the ones who get vexed by this place. If you're just walking around as a peon and no fool, non-believer in this knowledge and this truth, things ain't gonna really affect you or bother you, and you're not gonna understand things. But because we have the wisdom, we have the knowledge, we become vexed, we become bothered. This world is an irritation to us, right? Ezekiel 9:4, it says, And Yahweh said unto him, talking about the death angel, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Right? So he was putting that mark, which was that Tawah, which is a mark of exemption, right? Meaning it was protection. It's a good mark to have. But it's for the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations. So, all these things are abominable in the sight of Yahweh and his servants, the prophets. But to these regular peons, they don't consider things abomination. They accept wickedness on every level. All right? It doesn't bother them. People don't get vexed by the wicked. And if there's wicked shit going on around you and you're not vexed, then guess what? You probably ain't of the elect. All right? This is Ecclesiastes 1. And I'm going back to verse, where we at? 15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. I communed with mine own heart, saying, Lo, I am come to great estate, and have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yet my heart or my mind had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. And I gave my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness, and folly, and perceive that this also is vexation of spirit. All right, so everything, like I said, he had more wisdom than anybody before or after him. All right, and he was just like, it's all a vexation of your spirit. The more you know, the more you're bothered. And that's what we're going to close out the verse. That's basically what it explains in verse 18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. You see? So that's part of this truth, part of that it's sweet in the mouth and bitter in the stomach. It's sweet when you get wisdom. It's sweet when you know you're an Israelite. It's sweet when you learn things, but then when you have to digest it all, and you have to look at the state of where we're at and the state of our people, and just see all, like I said earlier, all the abominations that we're in the midst of. But then all of a sudden, guess what? It becomes sorrowful. You'd be like, damn, like we want this place to end. We want the kingdom. We want to be ruling in righteousness, right? We don't want to be in this wicked ass place, all right? There's no future for us here, right? It's not our rest, like it tells you in Micah. But I hope the lesson was edifying. I'm going to go ahead and close out on that. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also, one acknowledge the Akim who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect.